The Basement's Real Rock Station, Monthly hanging with you, man. Of course, my very special guest this afternoon, it's Kevin Costner. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, thank you.
Shim, I mean, I didn't realize how long the band, Kevin Costner and Modern West, has been around.
Yeah, my wife actually said, I don't know why you don't make this music. She found some of the old music, and she goes, why don't you do this? And I said, I kind of avoided it, kind of like a kid who takes out the trash, or, doesn't want to cut the lawn. And after 2 years, I finally said, okay. I said, I'll go out, we'll do original music, and I called John and said, do you want to think about doing this? And the whole point of the band was to just play wherever I was making a movie, because sometimes I'll be someplace for 3 months, and instead of just being a deer in season that people are trying to take a picture of,
right.
I can go out to a club and have 3 hours of a kind of a whole authentic encounter, if you will, and play, and people who might not get to know you, signing an autograph with your head down, or that selfie that
sure.
never works. You have a really legitimate evening.
It's got to be more personal from that aspect of the attachment of people becoming involved than when you're up there and you're singing and you're doing the band versus even say the acting. I mean, is it two different beats that way? Totally different.
Wildly different. There's no drum beat. There's nothing
right.
to make things really, really move. You have to generate a level of something when it's very dry acting, and you have to really, really work on it in order for it to somehow may have a level of meaning, and even great movies have that music always
sure.
augmenting them, driving them kind of forward, helping that level of emotion that you're trying to create.
So when in the 80s, it wasn't a hair band, was it?
No. It was just the same stuff that
right.
I found myself, directing and doing a lot of things, and I couldn't just take the band
sure.
out.
If anyone hasn't heard Kevin Costner and Modern West, I'm going to play a song when the interview's done. It's really good. I mean, I really kick myself for not running across it or not. I mean, I know you said, you're not out there going, hey, look at this, look at this, look at this. But it's really...
Yeah, it wasn't really the plan. We didn't intend to record. I didn't intend, to go on TV, even though that would have been a really easy thing.
Sure.
And it wasn't that. But what happened was the music started to catch hold with people, and next thing you know, they were willing to write some big checks for us to go play. And 10 years later, we played we played the Kremlin. I played on the Grand Ole Opry stage 3 times, once with my daughter.
Awesome.
Off of that record, Famous for Killing It.
Right.
We've written 5 records. We didn't intend to write one. We just were going to play live. And for me, it's pretty emblematic of even my life. It's if I kind of go down the road I want to go down, it seems like things take care of themselves. So there's not a giant plan behind the band. I mean, we just recorded our 5th album. It's a year old. We haven't even put it out because I'm not, I'm thinking, am I going to go to all these radio stations around the country? Probably not. That's not
right.
what I'm going to do. So, it's the love of music, it's the telling of the story that it kind of drives this band. And then I get a chance to come out here. And I was really kind of happy about coming to Midland. I have a little bit of history here. My dad lived here. My dad lived in Denison, Texas. He's, out of the Dust Bowl, out of Guyman, Oklahoma, up in the Panhandle. John Coyman's out of Clayton, New Mexico. And so our songs kind of reflect this. And actually, I worked on a movie here called Fandango. I was out in Monahans on some sand dunes chasing some girl. People have never seen Fandango. I think they would really respond to it. But for us to play rooted American music, that's really a cool thing. So I was on the plane, somebody said, why Midland? Why the hell do you want to come out here? I feel a connection out here. I like to play for people, and I like our songs, I think, when they're working at their best, speak out loud to them.
If you weren't doing movies and you weren't directing and all of those things, this certainly would be something that I could see you doing.
If I didn't have a hunting or fishing lodge, I'd be making music.
Right.
And that's really kind of the truth. But it's it's not. People know you. They see you on the couch on television talking about your movie, and and so people have a feeling about who you are. But I think probably people's best chance to know who I am is actually to see when I'm actually making music.
Right.
It's probably their best chance to really see that.
We're going to put more of your emotion into it. I mean, music is something that comes from, it's a very personal thing.
Yeah, we have a song called Angels. You know, the angels came down, and you know, the Gold Star Mothers adopted that. And if you don't know what the Gold Star Mothers are about, it was started in World War II, and it's women who've lost husbands, sons, daughters in war. You know, it's not a club you really want to belong to. And when we lost those 26 SEALs about 2.5, 3 years ago, they found this song and played it at the memorial and asked, because it just talks about the last moment of a soldier's life in a very unpolitical way. And so, you know, I got a letter from a woman who said, you know, my son was machine gunned to death in Afghanistan, and he bled out on the way to the hospital. And she said, when I heard your song, it helped me imagine a new ending for his life. And you know, you think to yourself, well, I didn't do a lot right last year, but if I did anything, I did that right. And so those kind of letters, that song lives forever now. We're so proud of that song. It was written really about the Civil War, but it's really basically every man, every woman that goes away and takes her last breath on a foreign soil. So Angels can break you down if you listen to it.
What's going on, just briefly? What's going on?
What's going on? Let me see. My daughter got married just about 3 days ago.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, so we had a 5-day affair. I'm so glad to get out of that. Just too much of anything, right?
Right, no, I get it.
But man, what a great girl she's been, and so that was a good thing. And I just finished a little movie called Hidden Figures, which is in the 60s about 3 African-American women who really were important in getting John Glenn off of this planet, out into space, and back home safely. The Math, so it's set in 1960, 61. So it's a strong little movie, and I'm attracted to those. And in the meantime, I had co-authored a book called The Explorers Guild.
Yeah, I saw that on the website.
Yeah, co-authored that, and then I'm really wanting to make a Western here this next spring called Horizon. So that's what I like to do, and whatever I'll do, I'm not sure, but I've been trying to make up my life for the last, 35 years. I mean, for me, it's like recess, right? As soon as that bell goes off, it's like, where are you going to go on the playground?
Of all your movies,
yeah.
What do you think is probably one of your favorites if you were to pick one? I know this is a terrible question.
No, I understand. Well, let me try to answer it this way for a second. One of the things I'm most gratified about my movies is that when someone comes up to me, I never know what's going to come out of their mouth.
Right.
And it could be one of about 12 or 15. And I'm really happy about that. I'm glad that my career hasn't drilled down to a single movie. Yeah, they will say Dances, they'll say Field of Dreams, but they'll say JFK, they'll say Fandango, Bodyguard, Open Range, it goes right down the line. Some people come up to me and talk to me about Black or White.
Right.
And and it's really across the board for me, and I'm really happy about that.
My favorite movie, probably Open Range.
Yeah.
I think that was I don't know exactly what it did at the box office. For me personally, it was a very underrated movie, I think.
Yeah.
I think it didn't get the get the attention that it should have, and it was a fantastic movie.
Well, what happened was it was a movie that Disney picked up for $10 million. That's not very much money.
No, not.
And it was going to come out in November, and then another movie that was of theirs that they had spent over $100 million on was having a lot of trouble. So what happened is that movie was supposed to come out August 14th. And what happened was, at the end, because they didn't have a lot of money, they just switched our movie to August 14th, and so there really wasn't a lot of press on it. I had to go do all of it, but it is ranked as maybe the best gunfight in all of Westerns.
Oh, it's fantastic. Anybody who hasn't seen it, they should see that. They should absolutely go check out, Kevin Costner.
I didn't say Bull Durham, I didn't say Tin Cup, I didn't say for the game.
That whole period, your movies were a part of everything that's kind of going on behind that.
There's not making one. Out to them.
Oh yeah, there wasn't one that I can think of that
I feel really good about how it's played out. I haven't had a perfect career or perfect anything, but it's been mine.
Right.
I've kind of owned it. I've kind of built it and more to the point, my life is a lot more than the movies.
Yeah, no, and the music reflects that. Obviously what we see is, guys in movies, but they're people, they have lives, they just have their daughter get married.
Part of my vacation is on tractors. I'm moving stuff on the backhoes.
Oh, so you have, like, I mean, you mentioned that.
Yeah, I like that stuff.
Nice.
You know?
Does that come from the sort of the Texas, the Oklahoma, that?
No, it comes from me.
That?
Well, it probably does on some level. You know, my dad said, "Look, you know, you're not that talented, so you're going to have to learn how to work all day." You see, and he said, "If you can work all day, then nobody's going to take your job."
Right. So it's either be a contractor or an actor.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Kevin Costner, my very special guest, I want to thank you for coming in. I really do want to thank you for taking time. I don't take that lightly. I know you guys are extremely busy. I just want to ask, because I always like to ask, is there any charitable causes, anything you want to talk about that you want to spread the word on, anything like that?
No, but you know, the people that are out there doing that good work, you know, there's people that really reach out beyond themselves, and we're better off as a country, as a community, when that happens, because so many people fall through the cracks. And so when you do reach out and affect somebody's life, that's about as close. If you're trying to figure out how to get close to God, that's the closest way you can get.
Amen to that.